Winter Music Conference on Antenna 5.
Winter Music Conference 2013. We're talking to the main man, Roger Sanchez. How you doing, sir?
Very good. How are you, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Can't wait for that Release Yourself special when it's done from this conference, from the gigs that you're doing.
Oh, yes. It's going to be good.
So you've been twice around the world in 2012. Yeah. How did that work out for you? Some good memories, good vibes?
A lot of jet lag. Actually, been some amazing events, met some amazing people, and have had a lot of fun, a lot of work, which is great. I'm never averse to that. And I think that it's also, every year I get re-inspired to continue doing what I'm doing. And I think, especially within the last year, I've gone more underground again. And I'm really loving that, the place where musically I'm at and where music is at right now.
Which is so great, because our listeners, I mean, they can't get enough of the Release Yourself show. So is that part of the, I don't know, the success, going to different places, getting different vibes and stuff?
I think it's important for me personally, from my musical taste perspective, to really see what's out there, see who's playing what. Dance music is so huge right now, it's unprecedented, and it's bigger than ever, but it also has a richer diversity now, because you've got everything from the big commercial EDM scene, which everybody knows, to the more underground deep house, techno, tech house scenes, and they're all really, really very robust now, and they're very healthy, and I loved seeing the growth of that around the world.
You've been doing this for so long. You were here at the start of the Winter Music Conference when it was just a small thing. Now it's, I don't know, 2 weeks. Everybody's coming here. And how did you see this thing evolve, the Winter Music Conference?
Well, it started off with just local and domestic DJs in America. And that's when they used to have it in Fort Lauderdale. And then they finally moved it over to Miami. And it started off as primarily a very American thing. It became international probably about 12 years ago, 15 years ago maybe, and since then it's just exploded in the last 6 years to the point where it's beyond just the Winter Music Conference. It's encapsulated the success of Ultra Music Festival and all these other things that have drawn even more people down to experience this week.
Which is so strange, because the Winter Music Conference used to promote the Ultra Festival, and now it's so big that some of the clubs here, club owners on Washington Avenue or, you know, in Miami, are complaining that DJs are being contracted only for the Ultra Music Festival. What is your reaction to that? How do you comment on that?
It's interesting because, you know, I've played Ultra Music Festival before, and I've kind of come up against it, but I've always done my own events, and, you know, people ask me, why aren't you playing Ultra this year? And one of the reasons is because I've always chosen to have a much more underground and my own events. I understand from the business standpoint from Ultra, they've invested a lot of money into that festival, and they draw in tons of people. So the only way to ensure that they'll be able to have that attendance is when you're talking about high profile, high ticket price artists and DJs, you know, like the Guettas and the Aviciis. It only makes sense, to be totally honest with you, I'm going to play the devil's advocate on this one, for them to say, you need to be exclusive to us. That being said, it's also limiting for a much broader experience. Yes, now the festival is going to reach capacity and saturate, so there's still room for certain artists to do other things. It depends on who it is. So, you know, sometimes it's a choice. Don't play Ultra and play your own festivals, or play Ultra and don't play your own parties. So, you know, I chose to play my own events.
So isn't it a bit funny to see David Guetta or Avicii grow up listening to the S-Man, and, you know, they're like such superstars of the dance scene?
Well, I welcome it. I mean, specifically like with Avicii, I gave him his very first remix, and I definitely helped give him a lot of visibility early on, but he's gone on to define himself. So for me, it's almost like a parent, you know, and I'm not going to take credit for his success, but I definitely had a lot to do with the introduction of it, you know. And even with David Guetta, you know, I knew him when he and Kathy were just doing parties and they were promoters. So I've been very supportive of them from the very beginning. And I look at it as they've done a lot by being who they are for the entire electronic music scene. So I welcome it. I think it's a good thing for it, and I'm glad of their success. I'm very happy doing what I do, And my sound is different. They found their niche, and I have my niche, and I appreciate them for what they are.
Which is so great. And it's also great to have you here. You're doing 4 shows. You've done 1. You've got 3 more shows during the week.
I've got, tonight is my stealth event at Bamboo, and that's looking set to be an amazing event. I've got myself, DJ Todd Terry, Mike Vale, Proc and Fitch, Becky Begovic, and Lisa Pure, who's going to be performing 2 of the tracks that I've produced. I've got an event tomorrow night at Setai, which is a very exclusive, invitation-only, kind of high-end event. Very, very sexy. I'm doing Boris's party, Surf Coma, on Saturday, and that night I play at Griffin. And then Sunday I'm doing the closing winter music party at Nikki Beach. And then last week I did Pete Tong's party at Surf Coma. So it's been busy this year.
No, but it's also great because people are looking at the DJs. I mean, no disrespect to the rest of them. You know, oh, Roger Sanchez is playing. Oh, great. We might not catch him at the Ultra Festival, but he's playing on, South Beach. So it's just great. It's just great for everyone. Well, I was going to ask you, what are your plans for 2013? I mean, are you working on your own stuff or producing, or what is it?
Right now, I'm gearing up for my new artist album called Roots. I've got a new single that I've just done with GTO, who's the voice of my song Turn on the Music. It's called Trouble Man. That I'm promoting here at the conference, and then that's going to drop probably in a month's time or so. Doing a lot of collaborations. I've done a song with this singer called Medina, another song with Lisa Pure, the track with GTO. A lot of collaborations, people like the Cube guys, Funker Man, Analog People in Digital World, a lot of up-and-coming producers, and this album is going back to my underground roots, so definitely bringing it back to the original S-Man sound. I've got Release Yourself Volume 13, which I'm going to drop for the summertime, so it's a busy year.
So we might see you, I don't know, not as a DJ, but as an artist presenting your own stuff?
Well, it's what I do whenever I go into what I call my artist cycle. So the last one I did was an album called Come With Me, so now I'm back with another artist album, and I've got another project after this one that's already lined up, so just getting in the studio and banging them out. Easy, yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Roger, and enjoy your time here.
Thank you, mate. My pleasure. I'm Roger Sanchez, live on the Antenna 5 network from the Winter Music Conference.
Winter Music Conference on Antenna 5.